This is a pretty lit Christmas sweater.
Yay!
Ow! Hey yo, what's up ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy and welcome back to another video. In the past we've done products from Kickstarter, in the past we've done products from Wish, in the past we've done products from just about everything, but the one spot we haven't done anything on in a long time is one of the most popular shows in the world right now, and that is Shark Tank. If you guys haven't watched Shark Tank, it's a banger show and they have some very interesting products. Some of these products are interesting because they're good and some of them are not good, but today we are going to be looking at the products that were good enough to get funded on, I think it's season 7. We've got quite the assortment of products that we've ordered, and I actually don't know what these are because we had the team order them. So like with you guys, it's going to be a bit of a mystery unboxing experience for me. So we're gonna see if these products are any good and if we agree that they were good enough to get funded. We have a few products in this first one. Let's take a look. I'm gonna try and give you guys updates on how much money they raised and where each of the products is at now after their appearance on Shark Tank. But we're gonna do our best. Let's see what our first items are. Take a look at the first one. This is called Pavlok. Reduce cravings, break bad habits, nail biting, mindless eating, wake up early, and more. Now I'm guessing, just off the name, it says Pavlok. I'm guessing this is the Pavlov dog theory experiment. Here's Pavlov's theory if you guys want to read it. It looks like you put this little bracelet on, and every time you do something bad, you shock yourself so that your body and your brain start to associate those bad habits with a shock or a negative feeling, and therefore you do not want to do those bad habits anymore. So that's pretty interesting. It's an aggressive way to try and get rid of a bad habit, actually shocking yourself. I don't know if I really want to do this, but for the sake of the video, I am going to have to try. I wonder how severe this shock is. This looks like the Flash bracelet. I will say this is a very interesting product. Like, are people this desperate to shake bad habits? Oh, it could reward good behaviors as well. A little nice electric shock to me, like what? Here's a closer look at our Pavlok on. It just looks kind of like a smartwatch. It's actually not too weird looking considering you're walking around shocking yourself all day. Like, no one's gonna look at you weird. They wouldn't notice. The Pavlok came on Shark Tank asking for $2 million in exchange for 10% of their company. They are one of the few products that actually didn't get funding, but was still extremely successful and did actually end up landing a shark just later on and off the show. Mark Cuban did invest about a year afterwards. So technically they didn't get funding from the Shark Tank episode, but they did get funded by a shark, so that's why they kind of count, I guess. So I was just thinking, how exactly does this work? Because how does it know I'm biting my nails? So apparently, to break a habit, use Pavlok to create a Pavlovian association between the zap and the bad habit. So you configure the timer settings for your session. So 5 minutes with 5 seconds in between each stimulus. So every 5 seconds you do the habit. So I would bite my nail and then I would get zapped and then I would stop and then I would bite my nail. So it's like a session where you just zap yourself over and over again for a few minutes, which seems a little bit weird. Press start, begin doing the action. You'll receive a zap as you do it. The more unpleasant it is, the faster the association builds. I'm very nervous. Vibration 100%? Hell no. Oh, it's just a vibration? I kind of have to do the zap, no? Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna put the zap at 20%. Every 5 seconds? Okay, I'm gonna bite my nails. I'm nervous. Okay, that's light, but that's 20%. Okay, let's try bumping it up. I gotta. Oh, hell no! Ow! What the? Yo, people are sick. Oh my God, 50%? Why would that? What does 100% look like? You really have to put yourself through pain for this to work. I don't know if I have any cravings or bad habits that I care that much to shake. Holy hell, 50%? All right, folks, this is it. I'm gonna do 100%, but you gotta smash the like button right now. All right, it's at 100%. Smash the like button, please, please. Oh my God. This is a sick device. For 5 minutes? That would be insane. Why would they even have 100%? I feel like I'm being tased. I don't know how well it works on us and directly doing sessions like that. I'm really not sure. Let me know what you guys think. Would you buy this to shake a habit? What habit would you want to shake? I don't know. For me, it's a no, but it is a very interesting product. Very unique. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's see what our next items are. I'm gonna take both of these out at the same time. We've got the Squatty Potty, Bamboo Flip, multi-height toilet stool, and the Beard King. You know I've been growing the beard out a little bit, so this will be nice potentially for me to use. Oh, it's called the Beard Bib, not the Beard King. Okay, we're gonna start with the Squatty Potty, just because this is really pulling me in. It says poop better. Their branding is, I'll just say interesting, straight to the point, from the makers of the original Squatty Potty. So I guess this is like a new new version of the Squatty Potty, but it's bamboo. They give you a walkthrough of why it's better. This is very detailed. I don't know if this is a little bit of TMI, but it helps unkink your colon. Fun fact, we don't even have a toilet in the office, so it's not really something we could use or that I know that we would use in the office. Now, while I assemble this Squatty Potty, I'll let you guys know how their episode went. They came on Shark Tank looking for $350,000 in exchange for 5% of their company, and they got a deal with Lori for $350,000 for 10% of their company. Now, beyond their investment from Lori, the promotion they got from Shark Tank obviously helped them quite a bit because within days of their appearance on the show, they got over $1 million in revenue. And then 3 months later, they had 12 million in revenue. So needless to say, they did pretty well, and I'm sure Lori made her money back on that investment within a few months. And Squatty Potty is still thriving today. Bet you never seen toilet B-roll before, but there's a lot of firsts on this channel. I brought in my Squatty Potty. I'm not taking my pants off to actually, you know, fully practice, but I am sitting down. I can tell you, ergonomically, I can see the value here. This feels a little more comfortable. I can see this being especially useful if you're really short and your feet don't reach the ground. I'm pretty short already, but I don't have that issue, so this is maybe more if you're like 11 or you're just really short. You know, if you're doing one of these while you're trying to take a dump, this is not fun. If you gotta do this. I can imagine that making going to the bathroom a lot less pleasant, but if you got a little Squatty Potty to get your squatty on, boom, boom, you know? Just like that. And I mean, look at the thing. It's pretty stylish. It might actually make your bathroom look a little bit better. I don't know why I'm going so hard promoting this product right now, because I actually don't care about it. I don't know if it's really necessary. I just thought it was kind of funny that we're doing B-roll of something in my bathroom that goes under my toilet, so I went a little overboard with it. But anyways, yeah, let me know what you guys think of the Squatty Potty. Let's go see what our next item is. All right, next item we have is the Beard King, well, the Beard Bib by Beard King. Now, this is something I've actually seen before. I feel like I've seen Instagram ads for this, and I've thought to myself this would be very useful. I believe I might have even bought a Wish version of this at one point, and the issue was it didn't stick well to my mirror, but in theory, this would be great because when you do cut your beard, you end up with all kinds of beard trimmings in your sink, and it is a pain to clean. So this is kind of genius if it works. Comes in a nice sleek little bag. Now this one was pretty interesting because on the episode, they did end up making a deal. Even though they only wanted to give away 10%, they did agree to give away 51%, which is obviously a lot more of their company, to Lori for the $100,000. But after the show, the deal fell through. They kind of got a deal, or they got the opportunity to get a deal, but I think they said no afterwards, realizing they weren't ready to give away that much of their company. And it seems like they're doing pretty well. They're still out there chopping beard kits and such. Okay, so you would take it like this. You would stick it onto your mirror. We don't have one right now, so just bear with me. And then you could shave and all your hair would fall in here. When you're done, you walk over to the toilet or the garbage or whatever it is, and you just go, whoop, and it all just goes straight into the garbage, and you can get rid of your facial hair in a much more cleanly manner. Very, very convenient. Does feel pretty legit. Like, I think this would stick. And it looks pretty slick, honestly. So far, this is the only item I've seen that I will keep and use. And surprisingly, they had the least luck of the first 3 items that we looked at when actually going on the show. Okay, the wipe thing didn't really work, but you guys know that TikTok trend. All right, folks, as you know, I've been growing out my beard, and to be honest, I don't know. I feel like I might want to trim it down at some point, but I also feel like I want to just grow it out and become a Nordic god. I'm really on the fence, so you guys let me know, what do you think I should do with the beard? In the meantime, I know it looks like I have a razor, so I'm gonna shave my beard, but I'm actually just gonna shave my eyebrow like one of those TikToks as well. Ready? Let's see if it works. Oh my god. Oh! Okay, obviously my eyebrow is still there. But yeah, I'm gonna actually trim my beard and test this out. Does it look any different? Probably not. I just kind of cleaned up down here. I'm not ready to commit to losing the beard yet. The beard bib caught all my facial hair, and now I'm just gonna go like this, and then do one of these. And just like that, no mess, thanks to the Beard Bib. These guys should all be sponsoring me at this point. Like, hit me up, slide in the DMs, and well, I'll promote your product again. I guess, I don't know. Anyways, let's see what our next product is. We've got our next box of items. We have the seat gap filler. Now, I have definitely seen this, like a version of this on Wish, a knockoff version. Oh, it's called the drop stop. And basically you put it in the gap between your seat and your center console. We've all had our phone fall out of our pocket into the seat, and then we've had to try and reach underneath the seat to get it. It's a huge pain. I can see where the pain point is that came up with this idea. I'm sure this happened to them. It's a very simple idea. Kind of genius. Some of the best ideas are obviously very simple. Let's see what they look like. Ooh. Oh, and it's got space for your seatbelt buckle. Man, this is so simple. The look of these two isn't too obnoxious. It wouldn't make like a weird looking vibe in your car. I could see it being not ideal, so some people not wanting to use it just because of that. Definitely see the functional appeal here, but aesthetically, I'm not sure how nice this would be. Now, before I test these out, they went on Shark Tank looking for $300,000 in exchange for 15% of their company. And they made a deal for $300,000, but for 20% of their business with both Mark and Lori. So they got two sharks and very close to what they were asking for. So obviously we're pretty happy with it. And they're still going strong, helping keep your phone out from underneath your seat. All right, well, I'm gonna install these in my Tesla and let you know what they look like. All right, so I installed the drop stop. We got it right here. Look at that. Nothing's falling through. Visually, it's not the best looking, but it's also not the worst looking. It's not too difficult to get set up. It's kind of a vibe, honestly. Like, this is kind of genius. Like, I would never lose my phone down there ever again. So much protection. Really easy to install, even on my Tesla. Like, there was no issues with it. My seat sliding up, sliding back, no problem, still in the same position. And it does the job of stopping whatever I need from falling underneath my seat, which is a huge inconvenience. So this is me applauding with the drop stop. Let me know what you guys think. Would you cop a drop stop? Next item. Okay, now the next item is an item I am very familiar with. I feel like it's one of the more mainstream items that was on Shark Tank. I didn't even know this was on Shark Tank, to be honest, but I've used it before. It is a dope game, very, very fun. Spikeball. You might be able to hear Olivia in the background. If you guys haven't seen it before, this is one of the funnest, simplest outdoor games that you can play with your friends. And it looks kind of weird, but it is really, really fun to play, super easy to set up. And me and the guys have played it for years. Now, this one was interesting. They also made a deal with Daymond John for the $500,000 that they were asking for. But after the show, the deal fell through. I feel like that happens more than we hear about. And they are obviously doing very well, even without the investment from Daymond John. That's probably why it fell through. They realized that all they really needed was the promotion from the Shark Tank episode, and they probably blew up after that. I've seen this around for at least a few years, and they just keep getting bigger and bigger. I'm pretty sure they have like full-fledged Spikeball championships and stuff nowadays. So honestly, beyond the fact that this is for the video, I am definitely gonna be keeping this because I am one of the few people in my friend group that doesn't have one yet. All right, our next item is, I think it says Guzzle Buddy. Oh, Olivia recognizes this one.
You attach it into the top.
Oh my god. Yeah. So you attach it, you drink it, whatever you don't finish stays in the cup, and then when you drink it again, it would kind of refill it if needed. I don't really see the point. This is definitely a interesting item, but I would never buy this. It's kind of like a funny thing, I'm guessing. Like, it's cool, but it's just a gimmicky product that's kind of funny to use, but I don't really see the real use, and I definitely don't see the gap in the market. Like, I don't know that many people that are really stressed about drinking their beer out of a bottle, and if they are, they would probably just pour it in a glass. Now, as much as I don't understand this, apparently one of the sharks did, because they went on asking for $400,000 in exchange for 10% of their company, and they ended up making a deal with Daymond John for $400,000 for 25% of their company, which is still a very high valuation for something that I don't really get. But let me know, maybe I'm just missing the point. You guys, let me know what you think. Would you buy a Guzzle Buddy? If you were a multi-millionaire, would you invest in a Guzzle Buddy? And apparently I really missed it, because in just a few months after their appearance on Shark Tank, they sold $1 million worth of Guzzle Buddies. So maybe I just don't drink enough beer to understand. All right, folks, our next item I actually was very confused about, and I unboxed it, but these are Tipsy Elves Christmas sweaters. It says, "Ask your mom if I'm real," with a winky face from Santa. I think hinting that he's got a special relationship with your mother, which could be a little offensive to some, but funny to others. And I think they just make a whole bunch of different sweaters like this, and I think I should try it on. Bam, baby. This is a pretty lit Christmas sweater. Honestly, you would get some good laughs if you went to a Christmas party rocking this. It would count for a ugly Christmas sweater party without being too ugly. You know what I mean? If you don't want to actually look beat when you go to the Christmas party. I'm just gonna wear this for the rest of the episode. When the Tipsy Elves team went on Shark Tank, they wanted $100,000 for 5% of their company, and they ended up making a deal with Robert for $100,000 for 10% of their company. And Robert talks about it very frequently on the show, if you've ever watched, about how it's one of his most successful investments on Shark Tank. So they're obviously doing pretty well. They actually had an update episode on Shark Tank in one of the next seasons where they said they were anticipating $8 million in revenue that year. Okay, now we've got our next item. I feel like this is a very famous one off Shark Tank, and I'm assuming they did really well. This, I believe, is the Scrub Daddy. If you guys aren't familiar with Scrub Daddy, they're these little household dish cleaning scrubbers with a smiley face. This little item right here is in fact the most successful product that has ever been on Shark Tank. They have sold over 25 million units and are worth over $170 million. So when they went on Shark Tank, they got $200,000 from Lori for 20% of their company. Their company is worth over $170 million now, which means Lori's $200,000 turned into $34 million if she kept her 20% throughout the entirety of the company, which is insane. Take in how much money she made off that deal. That's crazy. They're so good at actually getting gunk off your dishes. I know I feel old right now at getting excited about this, but they are easily the best at cleaning your dishes. It's just the reality of the situation. If you've used it, you know. Okay, let's see what our next item is. It's gonna be hard to beat the Scrub Daddy, but we have the Comfy Craze. I feel like they barely got funding. Oh, it says, it even shows you that it was Barbara who invested. Her face is on the box. A lot of these show as seen on Shark Tank. It's crazy how Shark Tank makes so many products. Take in that show makes beans from being a show, but then the investors actually make money through all of these investments. Obviously, Lori made $30 million. That's probably more than she even gets paid to be on Shark Tank. So they came in asking for $50,000 in exchange for 20% of their company. I remember there was a lot of like back and forth on it being very similar to the Snuggie. And then they ended up accepting a deal from Barbara for $50,000 in exchange for 30% of their company. I'm gonna get warm right now, but I'm going to put on the Comfy Craze. Honestly, don't love the name. Let's see these vibes. I mean, it is big, it is comfy, and if you are cold, this will keep you warm. It goes so you could very easily tuck your knees under if you're sitting on the couch and like completely envelop your body, which I feel like is a bigger vibe than a blanket, because a blanket sometimes, especially a smaller one, you've got to like properly wrap it around you and it can fall out and your toes get cold. You guys know what I'm talking about. This, I feel like you wouldn't really have that issue, but it is very warm. Let me know what you guys think. Would you have invested? Do you have one? I feel like this is something some of you guys might actually have. I'm gonna keep a lot of these items. This is one of those videos where I'm not giving them away to you guys. This one, I get to keep some of these because I actually think a lot of them are useful, and I get why they got funded when they went on Shark Tank. All right, let's see our next item. This might be our last item, and these are Vibes high fidelity earplugs. You know the vibes. I think this is the right product for this show. Vibes acoustic filter earplugs, fidelity decibel reduce. Oh, they're so for when you're going to like an event and it's too loud and you want to tone it down a little bit, you pop these bad boys in and they calm down the volume, which is kind of weird because I feel like that hinders the vibes. Pretty simple. Here's what they look like. You just stuff these bad boys right in your ear. Whoa, say something? Hello. I can hear you perfectly fine. So these guys actually received an offer but did not accept the offer. So Kevin O'Leary offered them $100,000 for 35% and then a $2 royalties. And they said, hell no. They cut, they dipped, they left Kevin at the altar, but they apparently are very happy they didn't do that deal and they're doing just fine without him. So ladies and gentlemen, that is it for our video, all of our Shark Tank products. If there's any Shark Tank products that you've seen that you think we should check out in a part 2, be sure to comment those down below. Honestly, I can see why a lot of these got funded. This was really interesting, kind of like our Kickstarter video. If you guys didn't see that one, be sure to check it out. And it's got me thinking about like business stuff, you know, it's a fun area for us to dive into. And I know a lot of you guys had those Kickstarter ideas we were talking about. So don't worry, I haven't forgot about that. And I am planning on doing something in the future where we either help some of you guys with your Kickstarter ideas or businesses you've been thinking of. So let me know if you guys still think that would be an interesting series for us to do. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, but let me know what your favorite product was and who your favorite shark on the show is. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you next time. Toodles!